Welcome to this week's Bible Topics discussion. We're glad you joined us today as we talk about the letters to the 7 churches in Revelation. This is part 3.
As we mentioned last week, these letters contain 3 key elements, although every letter does not have all 3. They are 1. What good work each has done, 2. What each church is doing wrong, and 3. What reward the church will receive if it endures the trials that are coming. Also, each letter ends with, "Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches." And then Jesus promises a reward. So let's look at the next church.
This letter is the longest one. In Revelation chapter 2, verses 18 through 28, Jesus says, "To the angel of the church of Thyatira write, These are the words of the Son of God, whose eyes are like blazing fire, and whose feet are like burnished bronze. I know your deeds, your love and faith, your service and perseverance, and that you are now doing more than you did at first. Nevertheless, I have this against you. You tolerate that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophet. By her teaching, she misleads my servants into sexual immorality and the eating of food sacrificed to idols. I have given her time to repent of her immorality, but she is unwilling. So I will cast her on a bed of suffering, and I will make those who commit adultery with her to suffer intensely, unless they repent of her ways. I will strike her children dead. Then all the churches will know that I am he who searches hearts and minds, and I will repay each of you according to your deeds," or works.
Yes. Continuing along from verse 24. "Now I say to the rest of you in Thyatira, to you who do not hold to her teachings and have not learned Satan's so-called deep secrets, I will not impose any other burden on you, except to hold on to what you have until I come. To the one who is victorious and does my will to the end, I will give authority over the nations. That one will rule them with an iron scepter and will dash them to pieces like pottery, just as I have received authority from my Father. I will also give that one the morning star."
Thyatira was the smallest and least important city, yet this was the longest of the 7 letters. As a military town with training guilds, it was known for their worship of Greek and Roman gods. This idolatry and immorality began to creep into the church. Jesus recognized their works, love, service, faith, and patience that they were showing. He also stated that their last works were more than the first. So their works were growing. They did the things Christians should do. They actually put feet to their faith. Jesus praised them for these things. So what did they do wrong? Well, no amount of good works can cover for the tolerance of evil. This Jezebel had taught the Christians how to compromise with the Roman religion. The church began to put their jobs above their relationship with Jesus out of fear from making a living. So they were committing idolatry, which is adultery against God.
So what is their reward? Jesus simply asked them to hold fast and to resist evil. If we do that, we get Jesus, the bright morning star. So what about the promise for all? Let's look at Revelation chapter 2, verse 29, which says, "Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches." Here Jesus warns us to hear what the Spirit says to all the churches. He wants us to hear what all the churches are doing right, what they're doing wrong, so that we stay on course with Him.
Well, that's it for this week. Tune in next week for part 4 as we continue with the letters to the 7 churches in Revelation. Contact us with any questions you have, and please like, comment, and share.
See you next week. Be blessed.